So if you have till dark, how come you're here so early?
You know, I got some things to do, like go play golf with Wood. You know, it's kind of become a camp tradition. So, you know, so far so good. So we're going to go play, and we really don't. We just have to report today. We don't have anything to do till tomorrow.
Does anything feel different about this? You've done this routine over and over again, but with the obvious changes and such, does it feel different?
Yeah, you know, I think OTAs and minicamp felt different too. I think you look around. You know, some of the players we've added, you know, obviously a change of pace in the head man. Each one of them's different, I would say, even when you have the same coach, same staff, you know, but you're always adding and subtracting players. So it does feel different. I'm excited about it, you know, and I feel like we've got a group that can do some good things, can do some special things, but we've got a long way to go. We've got a lot of work to do.
I'm sorry, Kyle. From a fan's perspective, at least, and maybe even from a national buzz, this seems to be one of the more highly anticipated training camps the Bills have opened in quite some time. Whether it's because of Rex and him parachuting out of planes, or you know the additions that you guys have made. Do the players sense it? Do you sense it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you see everything from Rex to players. You know, attitude change, player additions. You know, I think you would be blind if you said you didn't see it or feel it. But like I said, you know, we're excited to be here. We're excited about where we could go, but we have a whole lot of work before we get there. We've got a whole lot of work before we have the first game in September. And hopefully, obviously we've got some talented guys, but I think hopefully they understand that there's a lot of work to get done before we can realize any kind of potential we have.
The big news around the NFL this week is obviously Tom Brady's suspension being upheld. Given your role with the union, what's your reaction to that suspension?
Well, obviously I think if you look at it from a league side, it would be hard for them to turn back on a ruling that they made with a special investigative crew to come in and make that decision. So I think them upholding it is not that all surprising based on the fact those are people that they hired, and it'd be hard to go back on it. As a PA, you know, we have to protect the rights of all of our players. And, you know, with him, he declares his innocence, and you know, I think we're going to let the process play out, but you know, we're going to try to defend him the best way that we can from our end of it, which is obviously totally opposed from what the NFL's position is.
And from a Bills perspective, what does it mean? I mean, in terms of week 2 and the possibility of Jimmy Garoppolo.
You know, like I said, we haven't even practiced yet, so we've got a long way to go for, you know, getting better ourselves before we even play a preseason game, and then we've got a game before we even play them. So, you know, to worry about will he be there, will he not be there is a long way off, and if we're concerned about that now, our head's in the wrong place.
Kyle, what did you think about your head coach jumping out of a perfectly fine airplane?
I'm glad that he did, because I'm not. So, you know, listen, if you've kind of watched or kept up with Rex over the years, Rex likes to live life. You know, I think he went and ran with the Bulls, and he did a lot of different things, in which, hey, you know, you only get one. You know, you might as well enjoy it and use it as an adventure, and which, you know, like I said, good for him. I'm glad he did it. They'd have to get a whole lot bigger canopy for me to do it, or something would have to be on fire before I jump out.
Kyle, a bit of a different reaction from Rex to LaShawn and what was going on with Sunday. Has anyone, the veteran, spoke to LaShawn about the Instagram and kind of keeping his head on with it?
You'll have to coach me up. I don't know what we're talking about.
LaShawn had the Instagram post, the females only party, with the Bills logo. Team told him to take it down.
Weren't invited?
Did you not get the invite?
You know, I'm not on Twitter or really social media, so it's hard to keep up for that. I'm a little upset I didn't get invited. My wife's glad I didn't get invited. You know, you always have to be careful with logos and stuff because of the branding and, you know, the organizational issues and league issues, but I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know what's going on. Whatever him and Rex are talking about is him and Rex's deal, his business.
How you feeling physically, Kyle?
Good.
And especially compared to, you know, throughout your career when you get here on this day.
Yeah, you know, I feel good. I didn't have any off-season surgeries this year, and it's been quite a few years since I haven't done that. You know, whether it was major stuff with Achilles deals or just cleanups or, you know, that type of deal. So I didn't have any of that this year. Was able to hit the ground running in the off season, and you know, I feel good right now. I'm excited about the year. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction physically.
Kyle, are you excited that camp is a couple weeks less this year?
My kids are, you know, for sure. You know, we had a long camp last year, a hard camp. And I'm excited to get here and do the work that we need to do while we're here. But it's also good to say, you can put a I guess a date on it and know that this is when you're getting out. Last year we had so much going on with the Hall of Fame game and remodeling that we were here a good bit longer. But it'll be good for everybody to know that, hey, listen, we've got this little bit of time that we can be here and focus all on football. And that's what we're going to ask guys to do.
On top of that, just an hour and a half, 2 hours for the practice times. I know they can go longer, but it felt like last year it was 2 to 5. This year it's 10 to 12.
Well, I think when you evaluate that, you have to look at reps. If you're going 2.5 hours and you're getting, 25, 30 team reps, but people want to say, oh, well, they're only doing an hour and a half, they're only doing an hour 45, they're only doing 2 hours. Well, if you're getting the same amount of reps, that's a lot more taxing on you than doing it over the course of 2.5 hours. So, that's kind of what we did in the spring. We had a little bit shorter practices, but we were really rapid fire. We were two-spot. We were on 2 different positions of the field, and we're really getting a ton of reps in, which I think will be good for us. It'll be good for our tempo, our conditioning. There'll be a lot of good things that'll come from that.
Who usually wins that traditional golf match between you and Eric?
I'll let you ask him. No, we have fun, and I think he's working his way up. I've been playing a little bit longer, so I've got the upper hand on that, but he's coming along.